I can't see! Hey guys, and welcome to the Department of Bad Ideas, and we're back! And by request, we're taking a look at Blindcalibur, the Excalibur build that does nothing but flash shiny lights at people. So after I did the last video of the Uberkata build, I got a request to put up a video about the build I was using on the Excalibur that I was running because you only had one ability active for the entire mission. So I figured, why the hell not? So here is Blindcalibur! Basically, press 2 to do everything. Here's the build. So when I did this build, it was not meant to be any kind of special fancy damage build. It's actually a crowd control build that designed specifically for defense and late game survival missions. Because I found that his radio blind really, in my opinion, is his most useful skill. And the other thing to note is that this build does not require any forma, although if you do feel tempted and are willing to remove some of those ability slot areas, you can polarize this to make it even more potent. But for now, I'm just going to give you guys the zero forma build for it because that's the easily most accessible build you can do. So, here's the build. First thing to note, the only skill you're going to be running in this is radio blind. Unfortunately, Slash Dash, Radial Javelin, and Super Jump really do not work in this build due to the fact that we're running a very, very large strength penalty in this. So take those out, you're going to be using those for other mod cards. Now for your aura for this build, personally I'm running Rejuvenation because that's going to give you a really good bleed damage mitigation. But if you really want to squeeze out a couple extra slots and do something different than I'm doing here, running Steel Charge is always good because Excalibur comes with no polarity on his aura slot. So you're really free to do whatever, or in a perfect world, you dump a forma into him and do whatever you'd like personally, and really max him out. But, like I said, this is a zero forma build, so I'm just going to go with using whatever aura would work best for this build in particular, which is Rejuvenation. So for the slots themselves on the Warframe, I'm running Vitality. This could be switched out for Redirection if you'd so like, but bleeds are a thing, so I highly recommend Vitality. You're going to need Overextended. That's going to give you the massive freaking range that you're going to want to get out of your Radial Blind. Next to that, you're going to want to have Fleeting Expertise, and you're going to want to have Streamline. That's going to get you down to your 75% efficiency, and only have to spend, like, I believe, 9 or 10, maybe 11 energy to cast your Radial Blind. On the far right, I'm running Shield Flux. This is a preference thing. I like being able to sprint almost indefinitely. Under that, you got your Radial Blind, obviously. And you're going to want to run Flow, because more energy always helps. And this is my own preference in this one. This one you can switch out if you like. I'm running Rage, just one rank of Rage, because there is a V-slot there. It doesn't really do too much for you, but if you do get hit with a bleed, that will give you a couple extra ticks of energy to pop an emergency Radial Blind. And if you have it, this kind of goes for almost any of my builds, if you have it, dump a Natural Talent in there, because it will do wonders when you're in a tight spot. Makes your cast time so much faster. Now, for the actual functionality of this build, this is really as straightforward as it gets. If you see a lot of enemies, press 2, they cannot fight back. This works really well when you're in defense. When you start to see a lot of enemies swarming the pod, you can get them all grouped up nicely, pop your blind, and then take them all down as a group. It's good for just general mission use. When you enter a new room, you know there are enemies in and the alarm's already pulled. That will keep them at bay for a few moments. Granted, they'll all know you're there, but they will keep them at bay. There's really no downside to using this build. It works in almost any situation. So there you have it, guys. That's Blindcalibur, a build that I take into defense, I take it into survival, and I take it pretty damn deep. So I know for a fact that it works pretty well. If you like this build, give it a shot, and I'll catch you next time on the Department of Bad Ideas.